Hi Capricorn, welcome to your April 15th through to the 30th reading. This is a general tarot forecast for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Capricorn Rising signs. I really hope everyone is doing okay. I hope that you enjoy your readings. I'm really glad to be checking in with you guys bi-weekly in addition to your monthly readings. You do have a free reading on Instagram every day. It's for the general population. It's just a daily check-in, but basically you're getting a free reading all the time. So check them out, and thanks for being here. And I really hope this is helpful. I'm really glad to connect with you. I'm reading today for you April 7th. So this is for the end of the month. Hopefully this will make sense for everybody. Goodness knows things are sort of changing every day, so we will see for you. But what can Capricorn expect for the last 2 weeks of April? Messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, April 15th through to the 30th. Messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. I feel like the more carefully I shuffle, okay, well, never mind. I was going to say the more carefully I shuffle, nothing jumps out, and then the sloppy, or something jumps out, and then vice versa, it doesn't. And then this guy jumped out. Really nice energy here. We have a Leo person or energy, someone who is really going to be interested in giving you a lot of money, inheritance, finance, enterprise is affected here. There's a lot of creative potential around that as well. And if you are spiritually inclined, I would say spiritual advancement. Let's see what happens. Also maturity, right? There's all the kings are mature energy. We'll see if it shows up in your reading, guys. We had these flippin' floppin'. So we will show these guys off. It's very interesting how much is jumping out before the actual reading, because I feel like a lot of people are joining these readings with this energy, and then there's just some answers about how to handle that. So that's why I'm going to read the jumpers here briefly. 4 of Cups, we have the Devil, 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. So boredom, feeling tempted, pulled in a direction that may not be positive for you. It could dog you. Try not to let your boredom get the best of you. If you find you're bored, or if you feel like, especially if you've already, let's just say you used to be addicted to gaming and now you're like, oh God, I can't keep myself away from gaming. You know, try to really help yourself out there. You will have a big decision to make. Try to find something else to distract you if you feel like you're going to be taken down a road that you just don't want to go down. Right? Do yourself a favor. Okay, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, 15th through the 30th. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. All right, my friends, let's get out your cards. So this is supposed to be a fairly brief reading for you. You do have an extended monthly, if I haven't already said, which is extremely detailed. This is just to, and there, wow, there's some Swords energy. You know, everyone's dealing with this in their own way. Bear with me here. I'm just going to, this is your energy right here, bottom of the deck energy. All the queens are cardinal signs here, folks. So this is technically you. It's Capricorn. Could be any earth sign, but I am reading for you, Cap. So I do find it interesting. I just want to look at this for a moment with you. I find it interesting how we have some really positive, generous energy on top of, you know, your present and future energy being rather, you know, for lack of a better term, and in the interest of time, like just upsetting, right? There's a sense of upset, but the upset isn't really going to be about what to do or confusion. This isn't the 7 of Cups. This isn't the Hangman. This isn't Temperance. You know, where you're not asked to wait or anything like that. You know, this is a revelation for you, okay? And with your outcome or advice card being the Two of Pentacles, like you will have to choose how to handle something. This is under the Death card. Okay, this is under the Scorpio ruled. It could just be about finances. It could be a lot of people, for example, are either designing or redesigning their wills and estates, for example. This could have something to do with it. You could have some major decisions to make here, or major personal revelations or considerations to make. But I do want to mention that the Eight of Swords is going to speak mostly to a realization. This is a sense of, personal advancement. The Nine is an attainment, an appreciation, an awareness of something. But because there's swords, this is in the mind. This has to take place in the mind before it can articulate itself, before it can find itself in the world of the Pentacle, right? So try to stay positive here, guys, because I think that things are technically difficult. I think it would be really nice to talk to somebody. I actually am going to get qualifier cards for these because they're rather difficult, especially for the present and future. So let's just slide into the reading super briefly. We'll get into this a little bit more. I also want to mention that the Three of Wands, so a creative new direction over the Eight of Swords is, we're just going to have a shift of direction here. You've become aware or realized something, and you're just going to have to shift perhaps your direction. This could have to do with your income, belongings, assets. This could have to do with the way you work or how you work. The Three of Wands is looking here, so you just could have to be creative about what you're working on. Maybe working from home, working differently. Maybe it'll be a loss of work altogether. Who knows? Depending on the Capricorn who's watching, your circumstance may include an actual, an awareness and an acceptance of what's going on, maybe even in or around the workplace, or how you work, or your income. And like I said, we have this transformation or the Death card in the recent past position. So I just think that there are a lot of genuine concerns that I wouldn't beat yourself up about right now because of the current circumstances going on in the world right now. So yeah, this is your energy. I think that you have a lot of growth, a lot of potential. I think you feel as though you have a lot to give. You've been a very, very good provider. I don't see a legacy issue. If I see the Ten of Pentacles, if I get some qualifiers, and I will. I do want to check the time though, because I do feel like I'm going over time for these. Sorry if I'm extra chatty. Let me fix this mic. Let's just dive in, guys, and then we'll get some qualifiers, because this is very, very peculiar to me to see those cards there for you. Three of Wands, right, in the situation position. So this is a creative output for both finance and enterprise. Honestly, the way you work more than anything. But because it is sitting on top of a Swords card, I will suggest it could be the way that you're thinking, the way that you're going to move forward in the way that you're thinking, because you have become aware of something. Now, whether it's thinking about your home life, your family, romance, job, career, whatever it is, right? That's personal in your own life. This is a general reading, but looks like a new direction is imminent. But it's exciting. You kind of planned this, or you want to go this way. We do have the reason for this is the Apprentice card. You've been working really hard and long at something. You've probably become an expert at it. As I said, you've got enough to leave behind. As I mentioned earlier, there are wills and estates issues for the majority of the human race right now, let's be honest. So this could just be a matter of fact for you right now. This could have to do with contracts, etc., or even the process of, oh gosh, I have to consider this. And it could feel daunting. It could just feel heavy right now. We do have death in your recent past. I mean, this could just be, God forbid it's a physical death. If that's the case, my sincerest condolences. It technically is never physical death, however. It's just interesting to see all the pentacles, and then your sign is the underlying energy. So I don't want to dismiss that entirely right now, especially considering what's going on globally. I I just think it's wiser to add. So transformation, death. It could just be, like I said, the death of believing, knowing, understanding, or thinking about something a certain way, okay? Even your position or what you do have to offer. Something is changed forever here, okay? And it doesn't have to be the end of the world. It does not have to indicate a physical death. What it means is, you know, this is part of life as well. Like something has to change here permanently. Something will change permanently. And what it may leave you with, especially if it seems to have come from nowhere, or it seems to be associated with not having proper information or understanding about something, it can be quite shocking. We don't see the Tower necessarily, but you know, there is a new direction indicated with what you're supposed to do with your money and time and abilities and talents. We do, at least I do, recognize the Pentacles as nouns, people, places, or things. So this could be a major shift, a permanent transformation around this area of your life. If it is health, I really truly do believe that you will bounce back. We do have the 2 here. This is a choice technically, but this is the balance, and there's the affinity symbol is associated also with the 2 of Pentacles, so that something will shift very significantly here. I'm going to get back into this guy here. So yeah, an achievement or a realization, right, of the mind. You can set yourself free. Some of the typical artwork, or I should say, you know, the Rider-Waite, some of the most famous artwork, I should say, around the 8 of Swords has a woman kind of blindfolded very, very lightly and with her hands behind her back, surrounded by her thoughts and her fears. But she can leave that any time. So there could be a sense of self-entrapment here as well, or blame or shame even, but I wouldn't do that to yourself. That's not conducive to, it's just not conducive to a positive outcome. It's not going to help. But honestly, it could just be a phase as well, and something that you just technically need to get through, because we are at the very beginning stages when we're looking at thoughts. So it's just something that you have to think about and then get to the next stage, right? Here with our 9, this is acceptance or awareness of something. And like I said, it's with everything you've worked for. Again, something you've become very, very good at. Your apprentice energy could literally be your job. And then the 2 of Pentacles, as I said, the choice, the decision as your outcome, or as the advice card for you. This is really speaking to a choice around these 2 worlds, around these 2 people. You know, this could be a love reading for you. Who knows? It could be that a major transformation began in order for you to move forward and with a certain someone, and it turns out they're not who you thought they were. And we're going to have to reconsider our choice. You know, honestly, I really feel strongly that you can and should use this reading however is best for you, however is positive for you. I want to qualify, thank you. I want to qualify the 9 of Swords as well. I'm very, very interested in seeing what's going on here. So it's interesting. The 3 of Wands sits right above the 8 of Swords, qualified by the 4 of Wands, which is indicating a happy home. Yeah. Your home and your belief system is probably going to be very much impacted right now. The 4 of Wands is associated here with our 8 of Swords. So, you know, we have that sense of awareness around your home, around your stable home. This is stability, right? The direction of your stable home. The Hierophant, we're really looking at institutions. I really do see a sense of contracts, alliances, wills and estates, very probable / possible here for you guys. And then earnings, assets, that type of thing. Here with the 8 of Pentacles, because this is what you've been good at. This is what have worked on. And the Hierophant qualifying the Nine of Swords. So, you know, this is institutional. This is a huge belief system. This is church and state, but also contracts, marriages, major institutional power. It could just be that you have to let go of an old belief system and then come to terms with something here. Anyway, I shall leave it there. Let's get an extra card, an oracle message for you. And any one of you can get a personal reading. It's really not that expensive. It's $20 a question. All my details are below. And, you know, if you do have questions about this, or if you have a specific question, or if something about this rang true and you want more information about it, etc., you can always do that. Readings are usually 20 minutes in length. And you can even choose the deck, honestly. Like, you can even let me know if you want me to use all oracle cards or just tarot or whatever you want for your personal reading. It's just, I do find it helpful to have a specific question, however. We have these two jumping out. We have transmutation and trickster. So if you're signing contracts or doing anything, any legal work right now, I would make sure that you read the fine print. Read the fine print. Trickster is showing up. Don't let yourself get in the way of your own happiness also, because there is enormous concern and possibly fear here in the present and future for you. You know, you're going to want to balance that out here. And then the transmutation is, I mean, are these not the same cards, guys, right? Transmutation, transformation. Significant changes, right? I'm really not going to go far into detail beyond that, but there are, something will never be the same again. There's a major transmutation. I do see you coming out the other side, though. You might have to start off a little bit smaller. You might have to start off a little bit differently, or even with something a little bit unfamiliar, or it might even feel new or shaky at start. But, you know, don't give up, don't give in. Trust that you have what it takes to move forward. But honestly, you know, straight up you know, a forecast for you, I would just be aware that there are significant changes that are taking place for you, at least by the end of the month. Capricorn, thank you so much for joining me. Please leave me a message below if you have a second. Take good care of yourself, guys. Really rooting for everybody. Let's hope for the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.